Nigga, when my name come up, respect it.
Let's go.
Stop playing with my fucking name.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Caliboy back at y'all with episode 7. Let's get it. Obviously, before we get started, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for checking me out. As I was saying in episode 6, if y'all haven't checked it, make sure y'all go back and check it out. I'm adding more rides to the roster so I can keep it going. Obviously, from the last video, I'm sitting back and I'm like, where should I start this timeline off at? Because there's so much that goes on. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just start it off with me popping trunk on these California freeways. Now that's about the same time I was picking up the Cougar. Ecstatic. Man, I'm really hyped about this Cougar, man. So hopefully it gets done here pretty quick so I got something to show y'all.
You happy?
What am I? Chasing one of them.
So obviously, whenever I get into a car culture, or you know, wanting to do something within that lane, I always do my homework. I gotta know exactly the ups and downs, what people do, what people don't do, what they like, what they don't like. So with this being said, obviously, you know, I'm studying people from the actual Oakland streets that's live out in the streets, studying what the people in Oakland is actually doing. Turf Cars and Classics has a lot of videos that I was checking out. A lot of nice Cougars on there. Check out this clip of this gold and white Cougar that was out there. Now, obviously, I know the Bay likes their wire wheels, their gold wire wheels. They like their mustard and mayo tires. I get it. This is my tribute to the Bay because I got love for y'all. But I got to give it a little bit of a twist because obviously my favorite car that I like and exactly how I would do mine. Shout out to my man. I need to get his name too so I can actually say it, man. But beautiful machine. Y'all know I like this black Cougar, man. Let's check him out. What I want to do has already been done. The black Cougar is exactly how I would have wanted mine because I'm painting mine black again. I don't know if I revealed that in episode 6. I am keeping it black. So obviously anything that I do is going to look something similar to my man's. That's not what I want. I'm not a copycat. I don't like to copy people. I don't like to be copied. Obviously, y'all should be able to notice by now. So I know the Bay loves their gold wire wheels, their mustard and mayo tires. I get it. That's culture for y'all. Keep in mind, I am still a SoCal brother. I still want to add my twist because, again, I want to stand out too. So I'm going to go ahead and give it my twist. Hopefully it works out. If it does not work out, I do have a backup plan to that. But as of right now, just like the Photoshop that I kind of threw together, that's about what I'm trying to get done. So now the Cougar has landed. You know what I mean? It's in the yard. I'm hyped. You know, obviously, you know, whenever you first get something, it's like, okay, well, let me go outside, clean it up, touch it, you know, look in every nook and cranny so I know exactly what I'm dealing with. So obviously I'm going through the car.
I found some old fossils. You know what I mean? Gotta dig that cat out, you know what I'm saying? Coming soon.
Damn! I knocked the dust off that pussy.
So I'm sitting there looking at it, you know, with all 3 of his hubcaps, right? And I'm like, you know, should I buy another hubcap just to make it a roller? Should I go ahead and just start working on it? And as I'm sitting there looking at it, I'm like, you know what? I got an extra set of wire wheels that I can just throw in here because, you know, they fit anything. So, you know me, I went ahead and grabbed me some tires and threw them bad boys on there. So now I'm feeling good, right? Spices made me a drink.
More champagne, Mr. Forte.
I'm sitting on the hood of the Cougar, you know what I mean? I'm outside posing like Dr. Dre.
Hell yeah.
So this is about the same time frame that I'm trying to get the podcast life going on. But I wanted to do it a little different. I didn't want to do it cars. I wanted to actually find out about the people. And shout out to Candy Chrome. She was one of the people who came through within this time frame.
4-5 pack, had to switch it up because my nine kept jack. Had a bitch.
Now I'm busy while this is going on. I'm trying to bring What's in Your Garage back. And this is around the same time I'm actually filming Big Tex.
Big Tex. I heard Caliboy looking for Big Tex. Well, he just found me now, goddammit. Tell him. I'm tired of this bullshit.
With that being said, make sure y'all go check those videos back out, man. Awesome videos. They are also on my YouTube, man. So let's keep it moving. So kind of like what I was saying earlier, I know the Bay has, you know, their traditional style. Just like if you come to Southern California, you would say, you know, lowriders got their traditional style and so forth. Other people are hooking up Cougars. I don't want to make it sound like the Bay is the only people who's hooking up Cougars. Trust me, I've studied all the different styles because I want to get a little bit of everything. As far as taste-wise within this Cougar when I go to put it together. So, you know, I'm finding other Cougars and I'm looking at their styles. I'm seeing things that they like, things that they do. But it's something about that Bay. Like, whenever I go through the Bay, whenever Spice takes me up there, you know what I mean? And I'm chilling with family, friends and stuff and so forth up there. It's a vibe. It is a vibe. Like, it's something that you just can't deny. It's almost gotten to the point where I've thought about moving up there, man, because I really love the Bay. The culture is just beautiful. Like, they accept you, you know what I mean? No matter what you got, they're gonna check you out. They're gonna give you your props, you know what I mean? And sometimes I feel like SoCal, that's something that you don't really get too much. You know, it's like they like what they like and they don't want to accept anything else.
Oh, you had to ask me that question. The difference between SoCal and NorCal. First of all, North and South. That's number one. Number two, Southern California, I feel like you have to be a certain way. It's like, I feel like down here it's about status. You feel what I'm saying? You have to drive a high-end car. You have to be a model. You have to look like this. Or I feel like you have to be extra whore, cuz. That's what I feel about SoCal. No, real talk. But up north, at home, I feel like whether you got it, you don't. Whether you look good, you don't. Big, small, I feel like it's all love. I feel like everybody treats you like a cousin.
This green Cougar is sick too. Definitely need to give my man his props. I don't know y'all's names. I haven't found y'all actual pages yet. I'm always finding y'all through somebody else. Unless this page was this guy's, but I gotta look into that. But my man right here is holding the crown. That boy is doing it big, man. Let's roll the footage again, because I need to let y'all know and let y'all see what I'm up against.
I'm cold riding on triple gold. Young and gave a fuck if I came up stuck. Yeah, nigga, Oaktown all in the zone. Double on, push and shove, but you do it alone back in the days. 415 paper.
Oh, did y'all boys see that? Listen, if you don't get that kind of reaction out of me, boy, you doing it wrong. I'm going to let you know right now, that bad boy is wet. So with that being said, obviously, I want to kind of give it like a muscle car, Southern California, Oakland look, right? So I want deep dish in the back. I want a fat back tire. So I'm kind of looking to go for that look, like a muscle car street look. I guess I'm looking to go for a little bit different than tradition for the Bay, but I'm willing to try it to see where it takes me, because hey, you know, if it's something big, then other people are going to follow, right? So mainly just going to do it for me, see what happens from there. I don't think I've gotten into what I'm going to name this car. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know the names of the cars on this episode. I introduce and welcome y'all. No. Allow me to reintroduce myself. Rare Chocha.
Before you come, I need to shave my cha.
So now we're out in Vegas. No deep conversations out in the desert like Nas.
Well, you're hot as a pistol, man. You're hot as a pistol. See that Cadillac over there? That's your new ride. That's why they don't know what's going on.
Ashley out there because Spice is getting her surgery. And again, I'll let her tell y'all about all that.
Right. There's a car over there. Oh, it's right there? Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Oh, it's a long way.
I hope your door is fine.
Thank you. Okay, so I know a lot of guys watch this show, but at the same time, y'all got wives and women and all that. But I want to know, do y'all want to see the surgery? Do y'all want to see my process? Talk about my doctor, where I went, and all that. So drop a comment.
So with all that going on, even though she's got blood all over the place, again, I let her get into all that. All I can think about was freaking my Cougar. Now, something that did happen before, I started pressing the button and buying parts and so forth. I got a random message within my DM and was like, hey, would you be interested in trading that Cougar for a dump? Now, I did consider it just a little bit because that is one of the cars on my bucket list that I've always wanted to do. I did try to attempt one a long time ago. It was like 09, 2010, something like that. Didn't get too far. It was in my garage. I was like, yeah, no, this isn't really for me. But now I still do want to do one. I decided not to go that route because I know that dunk years, 71 is going to be your king. 71, 72, right? And I think that was like a 75. They consider those more or less the ugly duckling, not a diss. They can still be done clean, as you can see here. But I decided not to go that route because, again, I got an XR7. They're rare. Matter of fact, I'm going to throw up the stats of how rare the XR7 is. So as you can see, only 4,024 are actually made as a XR7.
Some of y'all know what that is. Some of y'all don't. Y'all gonna find out today, though.
And that's out of over 100,000. So, you know what I mean? I'm definitely proud to have another rare car underneath my belt. I definitely like cars that have some type of a meaning or rarity behind it. So let me real quick tell y'all how strange the world turns, right? So any car that I'm considering getting, as soon as I see it, I immediately just start trying to get my ideals together, right? So as I'm looking at the dunk, I'm like scrolling through wheels of what I would put on it just to kind of see how much I would rather go that route than the route that I'm currently on with the Cougar. And as I'm scrolling through the gram, like I always do, I see these wheels on this bubble Impala.
I'm gonna go and get it. I was trying to get a ticket. Get it.
And I'm just looking at it in awe, like, wow, that rim is sick. So remember that right there, what I'm saying again, because again, I'm a firm believer that everything happens for reasons. I found this wheel and I'm like, dang, I'm kind of not interested in the Impala, but that wheel is sexy. Another side note that I like to talk about, because I don't think people really know my full background, or they don't understand how to really maneuver and make things work in your favor in the car game. I like to trade. I'm at one point, I was your barter king. Money doesn't always have to be involved for these things, you guys. Back when I was in Charlotte, North Carolina, I'm just give y'all a real brief history. I'm gonna start at my 64 Impala that I don't talk about. That car is actually in Australia now. At that time, everybody was loving it. Looking back on it now, I don't like it. I never talk about it, but let me walk y'all through the history of how I flipped that car to where I am now. I flipped the Impala. Again, I can't stand this car, but it's now in Australia. I traded that Impala for this 63 Impala that was a frame off, but obviously needed a lot of work. I traded for this 64 SS Impala that had a done-up motor. I'm actually going to stop it here for a quick second because I sold that car to my dad. I was in the Carolinas. My dad was in California. He took it to a body shop to get some body work done on the passenger side of it. The body shop in California left it parked up front, obviously to try to advertise their business, which they didn't even touch yet. And the car got stolen. On that note, still feel some type of way about that. If there's anybody out there who knows something about that car, anything, holla at me. I got you, for real, because that put a very salty taste in my mouth. My dad had got his Impala. He was hype about that Impala. Like, he probably would have been rolling an Impala right now. He's a Chevelle guy, but he probably would have still had that car. I probably would have ended up buying it back from him. That hurt my feelings because whoever stole that car took off with it. The shop ironically closed down. So if any of y'all know anything about that car, holla at me. At the same time, I had this Cadillac that I was building. So I had the 64 and this Cadillac. My guy was like, yo, oh yes, and by the way, that's the same Cadillac that took me to SEMA in Las Vegas and got me on TV.
Hobby, just amazing. Yeah, I mean, I started all the way, man, from model cars to Hot Wheels, and now I'm here. So.
This is a 66 Cad DeVille convertible. I mean, this car is low.
So a buddy of mine out there, he had traded me this motorcycle, this 63 Impala 4-door, in which I was actually going to make it into a conversion, but never got to it. This Honda Accord that I daily drive for a little bit and sold, and this 60 Impala, big wheel thing. So with all that being said, I actually liquidated all that, sat on the cash for a little bit, right? So Side note, I know a lot of people, you put your heart and soul into these cars, they become expensive, other people can't afford them. And I get it all the time on Cali Broker. Hey, help me sell this car or whatnot. Nobody's wanting to buy it. And everybody always says, put no trades. I'm always interested in trades because one, I might actually get a trade offer of something that I like. I might can fix that up. Or I might be like, hey, okay, I can sell that faster than I can sell this. Boom, now I can get my cash. But, this is a hustle game. But a lot of people they ain't trying to get their hustle on out here. Sitting on that cash until I figured out what I wanted to do. But I needed an SUV because I needed to tow some stuff. So I went and I grabbed this Expedition. So at this time frame, I sat on the cash, but I needed a SUV. I just needed enough of an SUV so I can hook up a trailer and tow a few things around town. So me, I know how I operate. I went and I looked for the cheapest SUV that I can go and find. It was a Ford Expedition. It had damage on it and everything. But just like a lot of y'all do, you find something that becomes your daily driver, and then all of a sudden now you need a daily driver for your daily driver. So I went and I copped this Expedition. But then, like I said, you need a daily for your daily. I turned my Expedition into this. Then, after I was done with that, I traded that Expedition for an Excursion. Hooked up the Excursion because it's just in me. No matter what I have, I got to fix it up. Traded the Excursion to somebody who wanted it and got me a Ford Dually. Again, I love Fords. It is what it is. I love Fords. They do everything for me. The Ford was actually chipped and had all kinds of stuff done to the motor. It was fast. I wasn't even knowing what I was getting myself into at that time. But I traded that Dually for Kevin's Wish. And that's around the time probably a lot of y'all started to catch on to who I was and probably started checking me out around then. Rest in peace, Kevin Dills. My man, Kevin, he knew what he was doing, man. He knew I was going to help keep his name alive. I say it whenever I can, man. Kevin Dills, Kevin Dills, Kevin Dills. That's the homie, man. He didn't have to trade me. I'm sure there's somebody who could have came through with cash at that time frame. He only wanted $25,000 for that car at that time. This was like 2012, 2013, maybe, or so, somewhere around there for sure. But he saw it in me. He saw that I loved that car. I wasn't trying to paint it again. I was trying to leave it lowrider. I liked it for what it was, and he liked that. And I guess he just seen the passion in me and was like, you know what? I'm going to trade you. I'm going to make this work. My man Kevin gave me that opportunity, man, and I took that car all the way to the stage of the NWA premiere, man. And then from there, that's when I ended up with Midnight Love. And it's been on ever since, man. So just a little game from your boy Caliboy, man. Y'all don't have to cash out for everything except some of these trades. You might take a loss sometimes. You might win sometimes. You know what I mean? I definitely know I've traded some stuff, and it was an L at that time, but then I ended up catching a W at the end because of what I did to it, man. So for those of y'all who's sitting on cars and you can't get the cash out for it, man, accept some of these trades. So now I'm thinking about my motor for the Cougar because the Cougar runs, it's like missing a cylinder or something. It runs kind of rough. It sounds like it has a cam. So I know some people on episode 6 was like, what does it got, a cam? What you got in there? It's actually idling bad. So I'm thinking about either having it rebuilt or slapping something mean in there. Now, I wanted to go all out, but that was before the box came into the picture. So at that time frame, this is what I was thinking about doing. Well, actually, let me rewind that back just a little bit because Spice obviously had just got her Mustang. At first, before the Cougar, I was thinking about grabbing a Mustang so we can really roll back to back Mustang and Mustang. But I'm like, nah, let me let her have her lane. I'm going to go ahead and do this Cougar thing. So I found this Mustang on OfferUp. Hit the guy up, and I'm like, you know what? If he says he still got it, I'm going right now to go grab this, right? Took him a while to hit me back. He had like he didn't really want to reply. I don't know what's up with that. I said it's in episode 6. Why sell a car if you don't want to answer questions? But he didn't want to answer me. Then finally he just came clean and was like, man, I'm kind of getting cold feet. I kind of don't want to sell it. So then I was like, okay. Then he came back and was like, you know, I do want to sell it, but then I ended up getting busy, right? But I liked the motor that he had in there because it was a supercharged factory motor out of a Ford. Always had that in the back of my mind. It's like, okay, well, let me come back to this just in case, right? So now I'm like, you know what? That's the motor that I want to put in here. So I hit this guy back, same guy with that Mustang. I'm like, hey, you still got it? And as y'all can see, I asked him first, hey, you interested in trades? You know what I mean? Because if I don't got to spend money and keep money in my pocket, let's do it, right? But he was like, no trades. I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know, I'll still cash you out. Because at that time, I was thinking about just cashing them out just for the motor and then selling the shell later. but he never replied back to me. So if anybody's got this motor laying around, holla at me. If not, I'll figure it out. But as of right now, that was the motor that I wanted to put in the Cougar. So now at this point, I'm just like, screw it. I'm gonna just throw this crate motor up in there, man, and call it a day.
Smoke a rack of better, but it's some must with us and more. We trust money forever. Yes, sir.
H-Town.
So right about now, I'm outside in the slab in these California streets doing what I do, right? About to do a photo shoot in it because I'm about to have my man Bitchin' Ink Designs do me a skateboard. For those of you who don't know, I got a thing for skateboards, right? So he does drawings with these colored pencils, whatever you send him a picture of. Make sure y'all follow him on Instagram too. Another good rapport with people that I've messed with in the past. My man, he does have a waiting list. It is kind of costly. I don't want y'all hitting him up thinking that everything's gonna be like $50. It does cost. But he was like, man, send me a picture of what you want on the skateboard, man, and let's get to it. He finished up the skateboard. It was sick, man. It's one of my favorite boards, man, to this day. Board is bananas. I just got it. Video does this no justice. I'm trying to see if I can zoom in on little stuff. Neon lights is popping like it's really on. The details is bananas. This is all drawn by colored pencil. At least that's what I think it is. My man has my paint looking like it's real candy paint. Then he put this epoxy over it so the board is like glass. Oh my gosh. Man, so let me tell you how crazy, man, my life be sometimes, man. We're getting ready to head up to Oakland, me and Spice, man, to go have a weekend of fun. And I'm like 3 hours, 4 hours into the trip, and my son calls me up frantically, man. He rolls his car over on the 91 freeway, man. Talk about a parent who was shook, man. I was like, man, I'm too far away for this right now. It's like, man, like, what am I supposed to do, man? So luckily my parents and so forth is out here. He ended up being okay. You know, if y'all was in a traffic jam on a Friday and seen that car upside down like that, it was my son, man. He's good. But yeah, well, what a wild day, man. So we out in the Bay, man. You know what I mean? Out in Frisco to be exact, man, having fun, enjoying life, and looked over and I seen this clean Chevelle, and I'm like, oh yeah, I got to film that. My man was actually outside. He probably saw me filming, man. This was for you, big dog.
Yes, sir.
So a few days have passed. My son actually goes to the compound, whatever it's called, to go check out the car. A few days later, yeah, as y'all can tell, it's pretty much salvage title. It was toast. So this is about the same time frame Thug Jada is outside, man, just making Will Smith look crazy.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
Late night cruising, thinking, plotting on a bigger move, putting in overtime, so much more I gotta do. Even when I'm out on the road, I'd rather be with you. I ain't gonna lie, baby girl, I'm tryna fuck with you.
So I know I keep sliding the slab in on this episode because all this is really what's going on within that time frame, man. I'm loving the slab. I'm getting 3D images done up by people on the gram. Won't say the name on that one because a little bit of bad business. It got resolved, but it ended up getting done, man. I just leave it at that. October 29th, I start mocking up the Cougar to get the juices flowing. I need to see how things look, how I want it. Some people saw this picture on Instagram and got upset, but everything you see isn't the last result. It's called mock-up, okay, people? Mock-up. You just get an ideal. So I got some 22-inch HREs sitting around, and I was like, you know what? Let me stuff them up in there and see what that would look like if I can get the stance right to see if this would even work. Because again, what I want to do hasn't technically been done. I have seen some on there with 22s and so forth. I'm not gonna say everything, but there's still a little bit extra that I want to do with it. So I just want to see if it was even possible. So now I'm testing, the front lip, the hood scoop, you know what I mean? Trying to make sure that this is the look that I want to go for, like the muscle car look. You know what I mean? Make sure that I got that all dialed in. Hey, that Cougar looking mean though right there. It look like it's painted, huh? But it's not. It was ashy. It's getting painted now. So hopefully one day, man, I better show y'all a little bit better picture. Now the same time frame of this again, me Vida Loca, right? My best friend. For those of you who really know me, man, I hang with a homie. He goes by the Gold. But he had just found out, man, that he has cancer. And, you know, we was over at the house, man, trying to lift up his spirits.
I mean, like, low-key, I could be like, why is your life like this, my life like this, and we were best friends? But I'm not even jealous. I'm just happy because it's like I get the remnants of it.
Why is my life like?
I won't hold y'all for later episodes. He is actually good. Had surgery. He's good. No, cancer-free, man. So, man, shout out to the Gold, man. October 30th, I sold the Mazda. I know a lot of y'all have been asking, especially since episode 6, like, well, show the Mazda, show the Mazda. I actually sold it. Did some trade work for the Cougar. So traded that so I can get some paint work done on the Cougar.
Well, the day has come. I didn't do much with the Mazda, but she sold. Worked out a deal with a buddy of mine for some paint. He's gonna take over the Mazda, give it to his son. As far while I lasted, it was definitely a dream that I always wanted to do. But I'm about to be 46, and this isn't where it's at anymore.
October 31st, obviously it's Halloween, man, so me and the fam is stepping outside to go fight crime. With that being said, beginning of November, your boy turns 46.
It's your birthday.
I ain't do much, you know what I mean? Just at the house sipping on 40s.
Now go and get a little nigga a drink.
Oh man, I gotta slide in one of my other homeboys, D. Around the same time frame, he's hooking up his Audi. He got that bad boy sitting on the ground.
It's about that time.
No, I haven't done nothing with it yet. Why? I had a lot going on. So y'all know.
I haven't done nothing with it yet either.
I'm gonna go ahead and end the Cougar there. Let's go ahead and slide into that box thing. So as y'all can see, the box was, it had a roof. They don't make convertible Boxchevy. So my man out in Virginia, so make sure y'all follow him, Topless, if you're on Instagram. Again, it's not spelled Topless. I'm going to go ahead and slide it across the screen. He does convertible tops, LS conversions, framework, 90s conversions, so, dashes, cladding, front end swaps, and so forth, man. Make sure y'all holler at him. I told him, man, for working with me, man, anybody that I'm working with, if you do good business, I got to let the world know, man. So if you're on the East Coast, near Virginia, and you want to get your roof chopped off, you want anything above, go holler at my man, Topless. So as y'all can see, he chopped the top off the box. You know what I mean? He's documenting it real nice and smooth for your boy. So the car is actually still in Virginia right now because I'm actually getting work done to it. So, obviously I got an updated front back clip. I'm doing the caddy dash, getting the caddy cladding going down the side. I got a lot that I'm getting done to it. I'm even having a chrome rack installed by my man, so we about to go all out on this box. I know it doesn't look the best right now, but it's definitely coming for those of y'all who can actually envision things. So as far as plans for the box, I know we kind of briefly got into it on episode 6. I decided to go with 26s. I wanted to do 8s originally because the Chicago boys is rolling on 8s, but H for California is a little aggressive. You know, the boys out here is on 24s, 26s. Plus, I think with no roof on the box, I think a 26 would actually fit the car a little better. Plus, I don't want my neighbors thinking that I'm selling dope.
I guess the neighbors think I'm selling dope,
So with that being said, I got a little rendering that I put together that I'm about to show y'all, and I'm going to give you the name of the Boxchevy moving forward. That way, when y'all hear it, y'all know it's your boy. I'd like to welcome y'all to Chicken Box. Some of y'all is probably like, Chicken Box? Why call it a Chicken Box?
Pull up on the block in the drop top chicken box.
So my man Michael, aka Topless, is already in motion. You know, I got a couple of videos of him, you know, tearing apart the dash, you know what I mean, starting to work on the top and so forth. But let's slow it down for a little bit. Let me tell y'all what some previous plans was for it when I very first saw it. So this car, again, everything happens for reasons. I would always see them on Facebook, the little Facebook stories that pop up. And ironically, I would see it right before calling it a day, right, and going to sleep. So I'm sleeping on this car. I keep seeing it on there. I had actually hit him up to trade that for my Benz. All right. Again, I'm the barter king. Like, hey, you want to get this? Let me get that, right? He said I was selling it for a boy of his, and I guess he wasn't interested, which is fine. So the car is still for sale, and I'm like, man, ain't nobody bought this car yet. Like, what's the deal? So out of nowhere, just like I wasn't planning it or anything, out of nowhere, I was like, man, there go that car again. And we went ahead and worked it out. So when I first saw it, originally I wanted to keep it patina. I seen in the comments on Instagram. Again, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram if y'all mess with your boy at Adaywithcaliboy. But I saw some comments on there. A couple people say, oh man, you better leave it patina, leave it patina. Patina, for those who don't know, is when the car has its original fading, from being out in the sun from over the years, any damage or anything. It's the original texture of how the paint looks when it starts to fade. And a lot of people go crazy for that. There's actually a really big market for patina cars. Let me show y'all. I'm a soldier, I done told you. So the original plans for it when I very first saw it was to keep it patina. I was going to call it Mad Max, and I was going to have like a whole like Mad Max theme, right? It was going to just be, patina and rough and rugged, but have some power. At first I was going to do something crazy, and I was going to slap a Hemi or something in there. And then a buddy of mine was like, man, why don't you throw a 632 in there? Ain't nobody really doing 632. So I don't know. I had a lot of crazy ideas in the air. Matter of fact, drop a comment. Let me know which way y'all would rather see. Would y'all rather see the patina Mad Max style, or do you want to see like the pretty, chrome, nice paint, nice interior look, man? Y'all let me know what y'all want to see. I really want to do it patina, but every day I'm on the gram and all I see is these wet boxes on these chrome fat lip rims.
Disgrace. Lil bro hopped out tripping with that switchy. He didn't face me. Face shot.
I know a lot of y'all don't know that much about me. You're still kind of, filling me out and so forth, but I can get a little crazy when it comes to this car stuff.
It's just that when I drink sometimes I get a little crazy.
And that's what I want.
All right, motherfucker, let's get it on.
So I'm looking on the ground with all these cars squatting nice, and I'm like, no. So now I'm on the gram daily, and all I'm looking at is fat lips. You know what I mean? So I'm like, lips. Not those kind of lips, right? So let's go ahead and slow it down.
Take my money, my house and my car.
So for the box, I definitely want to brace up the frame. I want to go ahead and do it all, get the 9-inch rear end. Notch the frame, tub it out, man. I'm ready. I'm really excited for this box. It's just a matter of waiting to get it and then getting started. I have ordered some rims. We're going to get into that on future episodes. Motor-wise on it is still up in the air. Again, since I'm going pretty, I don't know. I'm considering doing a straight six with twin turbo eco boost. You know what I mean? Boxchevy with good gas mileage. You know what I mean? I can get from here to the bay on like $30. But I don't know. We'll see. I've been seeing some cool deals on my page at Mr. Cali Broker on Instagram, like this supercharged motor right here.
Ooh-wee. Mr. CB here, and I'm still a little drunk from New Year's. But if you motherfucking job turkeys is trying to get your car sold, make sure you slide in my DM. Mr. Cali Broker. I'm out.
So now, me and my man Topless is working on, you know, what you want to put on there for the top for the time being, at least so I can get it across the states. You know what I mean? I don't want to just have it topless, right? So started to go with the brown top that go with the rust. Again, that was originally when I wanted to do the patina look. So I decided to not go that route because I know if I see with a brown top, I'm going to want to keep a patina. So I decided to go with a color that actually matched. I think it's like a teal green color. Again, I haven't seen it in person yet, so I decided to just go with a top that matches the car for now. It's just temporary. It's going to come off whenever I repaint it. Colors is up in the air still, but my man Michael is even going as far as actually sewing the tops for these convertibles. My man is dope, man. He says he can pretty much almost do it all. If not, he's going to learn it, man. So make sure y'all hit him up, check him out. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to stop it here. Something else I do want to say is, I know I said I wanted to do every Thursday, but I noticed that it takes a lot of information to fulfill these videos. So let's change that to every other Thursday, okay? I know I promised y'all this Thursday, so I'm going to go ahead and drop this. But I'm going to skip next Thursday, and then we're back on for every other Thursday again because even though I got all these cars in rotation, there is slow motion times, and I don't want to keep y'all without having something to watch. So every other Thursday, I'll be back. Let's see what Spice got to talk about.
My baby's first day spending that at the house. Excuse the way I look. Voila. You guys, I'm so thankful. You just don't know, man. Growing up, this was the sugar honey iced tea. I'll be sharing some pictures, you know, of the cars that my brothers had, and the cars that, you know, what was in the family and as to why I really like this. So in my family, my mom, she had a 73 Cutlass. So my brother had a 73 Cutlass. Another brother of mine had 5.0. It's funny because when I brought him to meet my brother, I was like, oh, I can't wait for you to see the 50 drop. I can't wait. He thinking he about to see an old school Bel Air 50 drop. So we go downstairs and he was like, well, where's the 50 drop? I'm like, that's the 50 drop. So Northern California, a 50 drop, y'all know what a 50 drop is. It's a Mustang. And down here, y'all 50 drop is a Bel Air. So that's the difference right there between our 50 drops. I've always been around cars and going to going to car shows and stuff like that. Like I say, I have all older brothers, so it was just a given that I would like cars. I'll be outside rubbing them down with them and all that, and even, you know, getting picked up from school, they doing donuts and my mom cussing them out, and look at my baby in the back seat, woo, all that. But yeah, big car culture. Loud music, candy paint, gold rims. Like I said, beat top gold. Outside with my baby.
So again, it's your boy Caliboy, episode 7. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, drop a comment. Should I leave a patina? Should I paint it up? Are y'all trade kings too? Are y'all barter kings? Are y'all down to trade or y'all need that cash money only? Drop a comment, man. Let me know how y'all feel. I thank y'all for rocking with me. I thank y'all for y'all's comments that y'all dropped on episode 6. Y'all helped out, man. Y'all helped y'all boy feel good. It does not go unrecognized, man. I definitely appreciate that. That video actually helped me get into the hands of some people who I never thought I would actually be able to speak with. So hopefully we can collab in the future. Y'all want to see some nice stuff from your boy, man. Again, I thank y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Still working on raffles and so forth. We are going to get to that. I have a few people who have donated some things here in the future, so it's got a matter of getting them. I'll shoot it out to y'all. Got to figure out, I guess, start finalizing how I want to get it to y'all. I don't know if it's going to be views or comments or following, so I'll figure it out, man. But I do want to thank y'all again. Make sure y'all share, like, subscribe. It's your boy Caliboy. I'm out.
I ain't doing what I'm doing. I gotta do what these niggas ain't doing. I gotta do what these niggas ain't doing. I got to do what these niggas ain't doing. That shit, do it. Feel me, bro?